What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. It is game day. The New York Knicks are back in action tonight at Madison Square Garden, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers for the first of a back-to-back matchup against the 76ers. We got them tonight at the Garden. We also got them again Tuesday at the Garden. So back-to-back games against the 76ers, a team that is banged up, a team that is without two of their all-stars, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. They are plummeting right now. The 76ers have, you can argue, the same issue as the New York Knicks in terms of staying healthy, and their injuries are catching up to them. And right now they are on I don't know how much losing streak exactly. Let me check, because I know that they have not won lately. That's all I can say. And they are right behind the Knicks in the standings still. The 76ers have lost 3 in a row. They're 3-7 in the last 10 games. They're 35-28 and 2 games back from the New York Knicks. So say hypothetically, the Knicks lose the next 2 games, the 76ers tie us up in terms of the Eastern Conference. So this is an important game tonight. We got to make sure we win at least one of the next 2 games, if not both of them, because without Tyrese Maxey on the 76ers, I feel like the Knicks got to be able to take care of business and get the job done, and I fully expect them to do just that. We saw the Knicks get back to I take that back. I was about to say full strength because that's not the case. Jalen Brunson returned Friday night against the Orlando Magic, and the Knicks absolutely blew the doors off the Orlando Magic, holding them to 74 points, the lowest points scored by any team in the entire NBA all season long, and that's without OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson. Can you just imagine what the Knicks' full potential will be like? We also have some great news about OG. He is clear for contact. He is playing 5-on-5 at Knicks practice. The only hurdle he needs to get to is the New York Knicks training and medical staff officially clearing him for to play. And I think that the Knicks can expect, or Knicks fans can expect, him to be ready to go for their West Coast trip against Portland starting this Thursday night. So I really am excited to see what OG Anunoby can do. Let's hope the New York Knicks can stay afloat and get the job done in his absence. And then when he gets back, who knows what the potential is for the New York Knicks. So shout out to everybody tuning in to another Knicks Media live preview show. Game day, baby. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way into the show. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Albin's in the chat. Richie, what's up? Cindy, let's go Knicks. Want a win? Yes, me too. Albin says these next 3 games we have to win. The 76ers won't play Embiid or Maxey both games, and the Blazers are horrible. Absolutely. If we can win the next 3 and go on a little 4-game winning streak, that will be huge for these New York Knicks. Daniel's in the chat. Yo! Can anybody match Daniel's energy in the chat right now? I'm pumped up. Now, as you guys can see, the New York Knicks are 7-point favorites in tonight's matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers, courtesy of our proud sponsor of Knicks Media, BetUS Sportsbook. This show is being brought to you by and powered by BetUS Sportsbook. Receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, folks, when you open up an account with BetUS Sportsbook, up to $2,500 by using the code JOIN125, and you still get a 10% gambler's insurance if you sign up today. So I'm going to link it in the chat for you guys so it's easier access, but if you're not watching it live and you're watching us on replay, that link is down below in the description. BetUS Sportsbook has been the official sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media throughout the entire season and will continue to be throughout the rest of the season. Now, again, getting into the odds presented by BetUS, the Knicks being 7-point home favorites really tells you that Vegas is high on the New York Knicks to get the job done tonight. I really think that this is a tall task. Now, I'm not going to say go take the Knicks at -7 because that means they have to win by 7 points or more. I just like the Knicks money line, to be honest, even though it is at -290, which is extremely favorable odds from the New York Knicks perspective. But don't forget, on BetUS, they also have a great prop building technique that you guys can build your own same game parlay of the New York Knicks prop bets. They got a lot of fun bets here on their website. They got for the Knicks, let's see, their over-under total for Josh Hart's at 13.5. I absolutely love Josh Hart to get over 13.5 points. I feel like tonight is the night for Josh Hart to continue his dominance. And what do they have for his rebounds? I feel like his rebounds has to be a go-to because Josh Hart, what he's doing on the rebounds has been nothing short of sensational. 9.5, that's easy. Easy. A little quick parlay, just a 2-legger. A Josh Hart two-legger parlay on BetUS. You'll be getting a plus 236 odds if Josh Hart gets over 13.5 points and over 9.5 rebounds. Based off what we're seeing from Josh Hart this season, I can definitely see that as a realistic option. So definitely go check out BetUS Sportsbook, folks. We're going to hear a quick word from BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, live betting, and casino. To celebrate 30 years in business, we have the best bonuses in the industry. Get a 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. So what are you waiting for? Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Where the game begins, baby. Let's freaking go. Corey's in the chat. Richie, if you have to choose between the Magic or Pacers, who would you rather win? Probably the Pacers. I mean, the Magic are right on our tails. The Magic own the tiebreaker over us, so I do not want the Magic anywhere close to our record. So maybe the Pacers. And I'd rather verse the Pacers in the first round than as well. Need to start off like we did against the Magic. Can't get off to these slow starts anymore. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks are definitely a big-time, threat when they start off fast. And you can say that with every team, but the Knicks feels a little different from this whole standpoint of the way that this Knicks team is built to win is by starting fast, defending the paint, defending the three-point line, and just out-hustling. I mean, you heard from Paolo Banchero about what he really felt from the Knicks. He said that their physicality, right? He felt the physicality from the Knicks early, and I feel like that is the strength of this Knicks team. And the X factor, you can say, on Friday night was 100% Precious Achiuwa. Jalen Brunson's return is a big reason why we won, but the defensive dominance of Precious Achiuwa in that game was so fun to watch. I mean, you're talking about a guy who had a career-high 5 blocks, I believe, 5 or 6, and just 14 rebounds, 15 points, 2 steals, knocking down shots from downtown, taking people off the dribble. Precious Achiuwa, it's becoming the Precious Achiuwa trade because OG's been hurt so long. So Precious is another key for tonight for the Knicks to get off to a fast start. Their defense is really what makes or breaks the Knicks season. Of course, Isaiah Hartenstein has something to say about that as well. He had a key block on Banchero down low. Jericho Sims has been key. The 3 big men in replacement of Mitchell Robinson has really stepped up to the plate this season. When Mitchell Robinson went down, Isaiah Hartenstein slotted in at the starting center spot. And then the Knicks made the trade. When the Knicks made the trade for OG and Precious, Julius Randle unfortunately goes down with an injury. And then Precious Achiuwa gets slotted in as the starting 4 next to Isaiah Hartenstein in the starting 5. And then we have Jericho Sims being that primary backup center off the bench. And boy, oh boy, the 3 big men of Jericho Sims, Hartenstein, and Precious Achiuwa have been a joy to watch this season. Their development has been great. Tom Thibodeau has been utilizing them properly. And they're literally the heart and soul of the Knicks team. They're the heart and soul of this Knicks team. You can really argue. I'm not going to say they're the most important pieces, but it's Jalen Brunson, of course. But we have to realize that Tom Thibodeau's system thrives off of big boys, getting the rebounds, fighting for loose balls, protecting the paint. And those guys have been stepping up to the plate. Can you just imagine what we will look like with the healthy Mitchell Robinson coming back? Oh my goodness. And of course with OG. Bro, we held the Orlando Magic to 74 points without OG and Mitchell Robinson. Can you just imagine real quick, Knicks Nation, what this team will look like on the defensive end when we get OG and Mitch back? Oh my goodness. That is something crazy to think about. Absolutely. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I cannot thank you guys enough for tuning in to another Knicks Media Live show. We got Knicks basketball tipping off tonight at 7 p.m. EST at Madison Square Garden. We're at 14 likes with 44 people watching. We can do better than that, folks. Let's manifest a New York Knicks W tonight. Hit that like button right now for your boy, and let's talk more about these Knicks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. There's no reason why we can't think that the Knicks can win their next 3 games. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I like to stay grounded and not really think too far ahead here, but you look at the schedule, we got the banged-up 76ers at home the next 2 games, and then our first game on the road is against a terrible Portland Trailblazers team. So hopefully we can at least at bare minimum win 2 of the next 3 games, but if we can go on a little win streak here, win the next 3, all of a sudden we're on a 4-game winning streak. And that's what the Knicks have to do if they really want to separate themselves in the Eastern Conference this season, is they absolutely have to make sure that they get the job done, win the games they're supposed to win, and when they get healthy and healthier, this Knicks team is going to be even more dangerous and more dangerous. That is why I'm very optimistic about the overall trajectory of where this Knicks team is going right now, folks. I cannot freaking wait. Let's get some score predictions in the chat right now. Where do you think the Knicks are going to finish tonight? Do you think the Knicks are going to have a tight game? Do you see them blowing them out just like we blew out the Orlando Magic? Do you see them losing, unfortunately? Let me know in the comment section right now, guys. Where do you see the Knicks tonight? What's the final score? Love to hear everything of what Knicks Nation has to say, which is why I love going live before games on game day, because I love getting the score predictions. I love to hear what you guys have to say. Now, the 76ers are, again, 2 games behind the Knicks in the Eastern Conference standings, which is why this is such a huge game for the New York Knicks. Now, you look across the Eastern Conference as well. The Orlando Magic right behind the Knicks at a half game. The Miami Heat right behind the Knicks. Luckily, they're on a 2-game losing streak. That's huge. The Bucks are also on a 2-game losing streak, which are right above the New York Knicks. The Knicks are 3.5 games behind the Milwaukee Bucks for that 3rd seed. 4 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers for the 2nd seed. So I know I'm looking ahead and looking up in the standings, but we also have to look down because there's teams breathing down the necks of the New York Knicks, that being the Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Indiana Pacers. So this is a game tonight that if we win to get to 38-26, we are starting to get a little bit more breathing room from those teams that are fighting for the play-in tournament. Corey says 118-92 blowout. Okay. I just hope to win, Richie. I love it, Samuel. That's really all that matters. Julius only needs the last 5 games before the playoffs. He'll be ready. I sure hope so. When it comes to Julius Randle, we just have to accept the reality that he's not going to be 100% ever this season. So it's just a matter of how can they prove to keep winning without him so we can save him, preserve his energy, preserve his shoulder. So when he gets back on the court, he's fully ready to go and going to help this Knicks team do everything in their power to go for a deep playoff run. Okay, it's a little more clear of what's going on with the, Bucks Clippers is happening right now, guys. Let's go Clippers. But the reality is we need to make sure that everybody is fully healthy and we get some momentum heading into the playoffs. I've been saying it for the last few shows now. I sound like a broken record, but the best teams that perform the best in the playoffs are the ones that usually finish off the season on the right note. And we want to get healthy at the end of the year. We want to gain some momentum. We want to get some chemistry with the guys that's been hurt. Because how crazy is this to think about? Mitchell Robinson has never played with OG. He's never played with Bojan Bogdanovic. Julius Randle has never played with Bojan Bogdanovic. There's a lot of players on this Knicks team that haven't even played together. So there's some continuity issues. There's some chemistry that the Knicks got to figure out. Now, the good news is when Julius and OG were here and healthy, that's when the Knicks were playing their best ball ever, it felt like, in my entire Knicks fandom, because that 9-game winning streak wasn't no fluke. They were dominating teams. They were playing together. They were playing for one another. They were making the extra pass. They were making the extra reads. They were just playing unselfish, beautiful basketball. Okay? Unselfish, beautiful basketball is what we've seen from the Knicks when OG first got traded here. And then unfortunately for the Knicks, OG and Julius got hurt. But you look at the freaking standings, and if I told you when Julius and OG got ruled out for quite some time that the Knicks will be the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference at this stage on March 10th, I think everybody would be signed up for that. We've been able to stay afloat up until this point. We've definitely hit a little wall. I mean, the Knicks are 4-6 in the last 10 games. That's not ideal, right? But luckily for the Knicks, they went on a huge 9-game winning streak that really propelled them and gave them a bigger opportunity in order to thrive of this game. Now, I do feel like tonight is going to be a lot about Jalen Brunson. I'm expecting Jalen Brunson to have a big-time matchup tonight, big-time game. We saw him start off hot, and then at the end of the game against the Magic, we didn't even need to rely on Jalen Brunson to win. We did not need to rely on Jalen to get his 30 points to win that game. The defense beat up on the Orlando Magic. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to stay afloat. We can't expect the defense to play at that level every single night, but the physicality, the swarmingness, and the ability to protect the paint the way that they did, woo, that was some, I'm still on a high from Friday night. I don't know why. I mean, that Josh Hart put back dunk, bro, when the whole MSG crowd was chanting MVP for Jalen Brunson. He fires up a three-pointer, and then Josh Hart comes out of nowhere with a one-handed putback dunk, and the man screaming the loudest he's ever done, almost popping a vein in his neck. Oh my God, the energy, the greatness was through the roof. Now, looking at the standings right now real quick, I am noticing a little trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 teams that are below the Knicks in the Eastern Conference standings have all lost in their last game. And the Bucks have lost their last 2 games, which are right ahead of the Knicks. So the Knicks are right now in a good fortune right now. What I mean by that is there's teams around the Eastern Conference that are losing. They're all losing. So that's why the Knicks have to take advantage of that and win so we can gain some ground, get some cushion, get some momentum. That's really the key here for the New York Knicks, to gain some momentum and heading into the playoffs and really cementing themselves as one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, because I strongly believe we'd be right there with the Cavaliers with that same type of record if the Knicks never got hurt. If OG was still here, if Randle was never got hurt, I still feel like the Knicks would be at the 2nd or 3rd seed. Now, I know that sounds like, yeah, well, we never know. All the injuries are an excuse. I'm just saying, bro, because the fact that the Knicks aren't, worse than they are with the injuries that they suffered proves that they are really deep. We are able to beat anybody. So I'm excited to see what this Knicks team does. I'm excited to see how the Knicks bounce back and are able to get the job done with the Jalen Brunson returning and the idea of other guys on their way back to get the job done for these New York Knicks. Folks, we're live on Knicks Media. Don't forget to hit that like button for your boy on your way into the show. We got a big-time Knicks matchup tonight against a huge rival in the Philadelphia 76ers. The Knicks, I believe, have beat them twice this year so far. So this game tonight would really give us the series victory over them. Any tiebreaker would go in our favor. If we win any of the next 2 games, would prefer to sweep their asses, right? Screw the Philadelphia 76ers, if we're being honest with ourselves. But that's the fun of all of it. Folks, we're at 21 likes with 65 people watching, and we got some folks watching on Twitter as well. Don't forget to shoot your boy a follow or subscribe here on the channel. Greatly appreciate you guys. Big time. The Knicks are going to go crazy tonight, folks. I'm telling you right now. Telling you that right now. Let's go. I'm really excited about what we can expect from the New York Knicks. Corey smells 3-0. Okay? If you smell 3-0, so do I. Sherwin, good afternoon again. Who thinks the injuries are an excuse? For who, the Sixers or the Knicks? Let's go Clippers beat the Bucks. Yep, we got the live ticker below, guys. So if you want to keep track of the score, we got the Clippers-Bucks game live and then all the other matchups tonight. Really do like this new live ticker I got on the bottom. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but definitely am enjoying that for sure. All right, folks, I think that we're going to see a Jalen Brunson masterclass tonight. He started off red hot against the Magic, and then we were able to beat and cruise by them without Jalen Brunson really needing to do anything. I think tonight's tonight. Cheetos and Netflix says, feeling a Deuce McBride breakout game tonight. You can definitely sell me on that, because Deuce has been my favorite piece to this entire story of the Knicks. I don't know why. I love that he's been given an opportunity. He's been given a contract, and he's absolutely ran away with the New York Knicks backup role. And I'm a sucker for backup, draft picks that the Knicks develop. I'm an absolute sucker for it. I can definitely admit it. Albin says, Boyan masterclass tonight. Okay. All right. Sign me up for that as well. The Knicks losing 4 out of 5 starters and are still winning is amazing. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I mean, it is crazy. We did lose to the Hawks, but that was without Brunson. You can't really expect the Knicks to win a lot all the time, missing 4 of the 5 starters, right? That's just so unrealistic. But even just getting Brunson back, and now we're missing 3 of the 5 starters, and the way that they blew out the Magic just tells you how talented and how deep this Knicks team is. This is the best Knicks team on paper in terms of depth and overall talent and versatility and shooting. Bro, Dante DiVincenzo in himself is one of the best Knicks shooters we've had in a long, long time. What's up, Ass Burp? Appreciate you tuning in, bro. He's been on that bench for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, but that's okay. Deuce was supposed to be on the bench for 3 years for this moment. So I'm not really faulting the Knicks for benching Deuce the first 2 or 3 years of his career, because it's led him to this moment right now. That's why I think the development of the Knicks players deserves a little bit more credit than some of you guys want to give them credit for. I still feel like a lot of people hate on Thibodeau, which I don't get. But hey, we're not going to get into that conversation. I'm someone that believes in it. Now, the Knicks have a long way to go. And I think that we just have to stay present and really focus on what the Knicks got cooking for tonight. Now, as you guys can see, the New York Knicks are 7-point favorites in tonight's game against the Philadelphia 76ers, courtesy of BetUS Sportsbook. You see the odds right here to my left of the BetUS Sportsbook odds. The 76ers are at +7. And I think a big reason for that is because Tyrese Maxey being injured and Joel Embiid being injured, which is why the New York Knicks are heavy favorites. So if you guys want to put some money on tonight's game for the New York Knicks and 76ers, definitely consider signing up for BetUS today by using the code JOIN125 and clicking the link that's pinned at the top of the chat or down below in the description to open up your BetUS account today. Receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500. Definitely big-time shout-out to BetUS for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media. Asperbs with a interesting take. Deuce was a second-round pick. You don't usually start him out of the gate. Second round because he needs development. But damn, his catch-and-shoot 3 is cash. All that confidence and rhythm makes me think Cam. Exactly. Well said. You can't expect the Knicks to draft a player in the second round and let him play. The way that the Knicks drafted and developed Deuce McBride was perfection. They allowed him to go down to Westchester and dominate, and then they brought him up. He was in for certain pieces, and now they were patient. They gave him a contract extension because they knew that they have a plan for him, and now Deuce McBride is taking everything and running with it. His catch-and-shoot three-pointers are absolute cash. Not only that, but his offensive confidence, him attacking the paint, the floaters, the mid-range shots, his playmaking ability, and of course his defense. His defense is what got him drafted in the first place. This is a player that Knicks fans should really rally behind, and he has a bag, bro. He's got a bag, and what I mean by that is his dribble packages are deep. Okay, Deuce. He's slowly becoming my favorite Knicks if he isn't already. Precious also developed one. Well, Precious Achiuwa is having his breakout season. And it scares me because I don't really know if the Knicks are going to be able to retain Precious Achiuwa. He might be a starting power forward or starting player for another team across the NBA the way he's playing right now. And that's why the Knicks are so freaking deep. Isaiah Hartenstein is proving he could be a starter somewhere. Precious Achiuwa is playing like he could be a starter somewhere. Josh Hart is playing like he could be a starter somewhere. Those are our bench guys, folks. Our bench is stepping in as starters because we have so many injuries, and they're stepping up like they should be playing at like a regular starter. That's what I'm saying. Let's go. I think they're doing the same thing with Toppin's brother. Perfect point, my friend. Joshua brings up a great point. The Knicks got Jacob Toppin right now, rotting on the bench, and some people earlier were pounding the table. Play Jacob Toppin. Play Jacob Toppin. I'm the opposite. I do not want them to play Jacob Toppin. Why? I don't think he's ready, and I don't want to halt his development. What the Knicks are doing with Jacob Toppin is exactly what they did with Deuce McBride and Jericho Sims. Let him sit on the bench as a rookie, let him go down to Westchester and dominate, and slowly acclimate him. You never know. 2 years from now, the Knicks may be in a position where Jacob Toppin gets a full-time role, and maybe he breaks out. You never know. That's a perfect example. The Knicks got to be able to be patient with their players. I'm sorry, not Knicks. Knicks fans. Because us Knicks fans, we're so excited for new energy. Oh, we got Jacob Toppin off the bench. Let's bring him in. Let's give him a chance. He ain't ready. He got a small little chance this season because we were that hurt, and we saw him just fumble the back. And that's not to say he can't develop and learn and gain confidence, but that guy is not ready to go. So I think that the Knicks right now are doing a great job with the development of Jacob Toppin. And you saw not only the guys on the roster, but you can't forget about what they did with Emmanuel Quickley. You can't forget about what they did with RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson. I mean, the list goes on. Quentin Grimes. This Knicks roster has developed, and man, oh man, this Knicks organization, I can't believe I'm going to say this, and it's true. The Knicks organization has a culture, a winning culture, when they can draft and develop their own players into real players. Damn, that feels good. That feels good to say. That feels good to say. Richie, bench is the key. Absolutely. Always. Always. That's what a good coach will do to you. There you go, Rod. Knicks will trade Precious and Burks for Mikal Bridges in the offseason. That's not possible because they're both free agents, but can you imagine? I have seen Jacob Toppin play. He is not an NBA player. He is just a player who can run and get fast break shots. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, that's exactly what it looks like, but I hate to cap players. I hate to not give a player a chance to develop in Westchester and give him a chance to learn and gain confidence. I mean, it's totally not fair for us to make that the, cap for him. But as of right now, it looks like that. You're right. Knicks aren't good at developing stars, if I'm being honest. Maybe they just hadn't had the chance with new office, but we can for sure develop excellent role players. I mean, we didn't really develop Jalen Brunson, so I don't think we deserve that credit. We didn't develop Julius Randle because both of those players were not drafted by the Knicks, but both of those players were signed here, and I feel like our culture and this organization put Brunson and Randle in perfect opportunities to become all-stars. Do the Knicks not get credit for that? That's what I feel like. Like, even one of my buddies from college texted me about what's going on with Jalen Brunson. He's not a Knicks fan. He doesn't really follow the NBA as much, but he's curious. So he texted me what's going on with the Knicks, and he asked me a question. He's like, when are the Knicks going to actually get a star of their, instead of just, what did he say to me? It made me kind of pissed off. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, man? He said this. When are the Knicks going to actually go after a real proven star player instead of just having diamonds in the rough all the time who end up being studs? I was like, is that a bad thing for them to have diamond in the rust? And I'm like, bro, they got two all-stars, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, and we have a really darn good all-NBA defender wing in OG who's injured. We just got to get healthy, bro. We just got to get healthy, man. People are forgetting that Julius Randle's on this roster. He's an all-star. 3-time all-star, by the way. Not a fluke. Not one of those all-stars. It's like, oh, wow, he was lucky to make an all-star that year. Julius Randle is a darn good player, bro. Sherwin says Randle was supposed to be a star. He is a star. Don't make it believe like he's not. He is a star. Now, if you want to say superstar, maybe you got a point. But, bro, he was drafted. What was he drafted? Like 8th to the Lakers? I feel like Julius Randle's career is exactly what we all expected it to be, if not better. If you saw Julius Randle playing for the Lakers, and I showed you highlights of what he's been doing with the Knicks from three-point land, you don't think that development of what Julius Randle put in the work, bro? Julius Randle is a star because of Tom Thibodeau. So, yeah, the Knicks developed their own players. Julius Randle came to the Knicks, had a bad year 1 with us, and then year 2 took a ginormous leap, became the most improved player of the year, All-NBA, and is a 3-time All-Star. If you make the All-Star game 3 times, you are a star. I don't care what anybody says. I will go to war about this. Are you a superstar because of that? No, that's a different level. But an all-star player 3 times translates to you're a star NBA player. You are a star in the NBA. 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists does not grow on trees, folks. And I feel like his injuries now bring into light how important he is to this team, bro. We need him. Now, I think the last thing that's going to really make Julius Randle cemented into Knicks fans' hearts is to show up in the postseason and play like a damn star. That's the difference. That's what every Knicks fan's waiting for, and I totally understand that. That's where legacies are made, is the NBA playoffs. And Randle hasn't proved that yet. And unfortunately, he won't be fully healthy to do it this year, but hopefully he can give us everything he got, because even 50% of what Randle can give is going to be better than what we have right now in terms of the depth and the power and the pushing the ball and defense, energy, physicality. I mean, bro, the physicality Randle brings, he's a bruiser. The man's a bruiser, bro. Guys, we got 39 likes with 93 people watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. We appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning in. Shout out to my people tuning in on Twitter as well. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. We got Knicks basketball tonight, tipping off at 7 p.m. EST on MSG, I believe. And then we face the Sixers again. We play the Sixers again Tuesday night. So a little mini playoff series, if you will, against the Knicks and the 76ers. A pivotal one, for that matter. The Knicks have to take care of business these next 2 games. The Randle slander is crazy. He just needs to keep his head up in the playoffs. Absolutely, Joshua. I'm someone that hates the Randle slander. And if anybody has anything bad to say or has something weird to say, I will be the first to go after them in a very kind, respectful way. That's how I am. It's always how I've been. I've been that way for a while. Woo! I'm excited for tonight, bro. I'm excited for tonight. Sunday night basketball. Always a fun time. I believe it's on at 7, right? Yeah. Oh, we're on ESPN. I didn't know that. Tonight's game's on ESPN. So that's going to be a big game for the Knicks. The Knicks, again, 7-point favorites. Vegas loves the Knicks tonight. 7-point favorites. Can Dante DiVincenzo break out of his slump? Because that would be huge. That would be huge. If Dante can get cooking again, bro, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Let's go, baby. All right, so I think we've covered pretty much all we need to cover in today's live show, breaking down the Knicks and the 76ers preview. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. I think that the Knicks are going to take care of business tonight, and I think that this is going to be one of those games that's going to be an easy one. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to sound like I don't want to get ahead of myself. Trying to ground myself and keep my expectations a little bit realistic because I know what happened last time. Kareem, appreciate you, bro. Dante will go supernova, a turnaround game. Hope so, Kim. We need that. Dante, Boyan, and Burks will play good when we have a full lineup. Bro, Alec Burks is not even the rotation anymore. The guy played 5 minutes. Tom Thibodeau is sick of him, just like us. Good. What's up, Kim? Hope you're doing well, bro. Salute to you. Dante, 7 threes, please. JB himself won't even remember playing for the Mavs when is the book closed. Yeah. He's a Knick. He's a Knick now. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up today's show now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, carrying over into the Knicks. I will catch you guys later. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And again, this show was brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook. Don't forget to open up your account, courtesy of your boy. I would really appreciate it if you guys can simply click that link, open an account, make a first-time deposit, and sprinkle some cash on the NBA or anything else. They got a lot of fun things over there. So salute to the chat. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get 2 wins in a row, and then let's go beat the 76ers again. And then the Knicks are on a West Coast trip starting in Portland on Thursday night with the hopeful anticipation of the return of OG Anunoby. So a lot of exciting things on the horizon for these New York Knicks. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Shout out to the love in the chat. I see you all.